Hello everybody and welcome to another night of the Ssbl. Day 3 of week 6 coming at you. And we're starting things off with the Angels and the Wildcats. Battle in the Epic Galaxy. Wildcats coming in tops in the division at 4-1. And Angels coming in 2-3. Will be Ilya Page, as you can see on the mound for the Wildcats, and Mark McBain for the Angels. Tim Grubb strikes out swinging there, one away. And that's back-to-back strikeouts now for Page. 2 down. And it's Emily Prentice to the plate. And that's grounded to Elena Love. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Page, and we'll go to the bottom of the first. Sandy Bash, Jackson Moore the fourth, and Joshua Durr due up. Grounded to RGD in time at first, one away. Let's see, Mark McBain's last start, he went 5 innings, gave up 1 earned run, 5 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, 1 home run, a 1.8 ERA with a 1.6 whip, and was good for 7.2 strikeouts per 9. Quickly has 2 away. Here comes Joshua Durr to the plate. Take a strike there, make it a 3-1 count, but loses him there. And Durr will take a 2-out walk, which will bring up Bash Sluggington. And Sluggington gets that one down into center. And the Wildcats have 2 aboard now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. He's a Bobby Jimbo with RBI man active. But he falls behind 0-2 to McBain. Doesn't chase high, 1-2, and fouls off another one. Just fouled off 5 pitches here, and puts that one through into left field, and that will load the bases for the Wildcats. And it's Henry Longshanks to the plate. Bain got the first 2 outs rather quickly, but struggling trying to get the third one here. Already up to 26 pitches here in the first inning. 1-2 to Henry Longshanks. Swing and a miss! The Wildcats end up leaving the bases loaded and will go to the top of the second. Henry Bjornsson and Dia due up. This one's hit well into left center. Back it goes, doesn't have enough. A tough dive straight into the wall. I think Longshank's gonna have a compressed vertebrae there. But it's a leadoff triple for the Angels. And this one's deep into right. Bjornsson at the wall. Oh my goodness! What a jump to keep it in the park from Bobby Jimbo. Even the tall portion of the wall. What a fantastic play. It does end up being an RBI double, and the Angels are on the board first. But I don't think I've seen anything quite like that one before. Jimbo, oh, and then it's muffed by Ilya Page. What is happening? Page is now tense, runners at the corners, and nobody out for the Angels. This one's grounded to Bash. That will be a Dragon special, but another run comes to score for the Angels, and it's 2-0. Once hit hard, but foul. Be a 2-2 count here to Ruby Green Dexterez. Swing and a miss. But a kooky top of the second plates 2 runs for the Angels, and they lead 2-0 going into the bottom half. It'll be 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Wildcats. Two and 1 to AC Milan. Takes a strike there, 2-2. Swing and a miss. McBain gets the strikeout there. I'll bring up Elena Love. Two and 1 the count now. And that one swung on and backhanded by Neuenmuller for out number 2. And number 9, the catcher, Someday. That one just fouled down the first baseline. This one is into the gap in right. That's going to get down and hop to the wall. And once again, the Wildcats trying to get something going with 2 outs. It's a 2-out double for Someday. And now bringing us back to the top of the order, Sandy Bash with the runner in scoring position. First pitch called strike to Bash. Similar placement, but just a bit lower, 1-1. And that's fouled off for a 1-2 count. Popped up foul territory. And that will be playable for Uno Dia to make the catch. Round number 3, and the Wildcats strand another. We'll go top of the third, still 2-0 for the Angels. Wash Jotley, Tim Grubb, and then Sophie Neuenmuller due up. Wash Jotley looking to bounce back from a tough week against the Unicorns last week. Has been hitting the ball like there's no tomorrow, but gets rung up there. That brings us to the top of the Angels order again, Tim Grubb. Swing and a miss, 1-2. And Tim Grubb into left. That one is deep, and that one's off the wall. Tim Grubb will have himself a 1-out double. The Angels are managing to hit these to the extended portions of the wall that cover the bullpen that are helping me keep these balls in. Otherwise, the Angels will have 2 home runs here so far. The ball managing to stay in the park for Page. And that's a 4-pitch walk to Neuenmuller. And it's 2 on, 1 out here for Emily Prentice. A chance for the Angels to get some more. This one's grounded to Bash Sluggington. This could be a Dragon special. It's not. as Prentice just able to beat it back out to first. So runners now at the corners for Carroll Henry, 2 away. Carroll Henry hit the triple that last inning that started off the scoring. Swing and a miss, 1-2 the count here. A big pitch from Page. Fouled off, will do it again. Swing and a miss. That one dropped out of nowhere. And the Angels now leave a couple stranded. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Still 2-0. And Jackson Moore, the fourth, puts this one into left center. Back it goes, and that one clears the wall, and it's 2-1. Just clearing the wall there, 421 feet. And the Wildcats cut the deficit in half. One and two now to Joshua Durr. Fouls off out one. Count runs full here. And swing and a miss. The third strikeout for McBain tonight. Brings up Bash Sluggington, 1 away. And Sluggington ties it up. No doubt about it. 2-2. Two solo shots for the Cats, and we got a brand new ball game here in the bottom of the third now. That's in time to Newellmuller, 2 away, and bring up Henry Longshanks. Two and two the count to Longshanks. That one's in the dirt for a full count. And that will be a walk. Two walks to go with 5 hits and 2 earned run off the 2 solo shots for McBain here through 2 2/3. Wildcats just kind of toying with him. And that one's in the dirt, and the go-ahead run in scoring position now. Lots of speed on the runner, but that's grounded to Tim Grubb in time for out number 3. But the Wildcats do tie things up as we go to the top of the fourth, 2-2 now. It's Bjornsson, Dia, and Batani. It was Bjornsson who hit the wall in right as Bobby Jimbo kept it in the park on that jump attempt, a rob attempt. Chops this one to Sluggington. Throws it to Page, who makes the catch here. Round number 1. Page is only charged with 1 earned run. I guess the other run scored off of the error that she made in that second inning. Three and 1 to Dia. And that's back to the mound. Easy play for Page, 2 away. And here comes Otani Banani. Floater. Oh, and it's over the head of the shortstop, Elena Love. And the runner will reach a 2-out single. Brings up Ruby Green Dexteres now. And that's up the middle, so a couple base hits. Gets 2 runners aboard for the Angels here. They're trying their best for a 2-out rally. And it's none other than Wash Jotley coming to the plate with RBI man active. First pitch swinging, fouls it off. After 4 weeks, Watley was hitting .692. 1-2 the count here. A base hit would prove big for the Angels to retake the lead. Swings and misses and strikes out for the second time today. And we go to the bottom of 4, still tied at 2 apiece. 8-9-1 due up for the Wildcats. McMahon comes out to start the bottom of the 4th. See if he can eat up another inning before Walter Malone comes in. That's hit hard, and it's a full count for McBain. And that one is into right. That'll be a leadoff single. And that will do it for McBain. In comes the aforementioned Walter Malone. Runner going for second. Throw is very close, but not in time, and the runner is safe. Oh my, and that is spiked into the ground, and Wash Jotley throws home. The throw is not going to be in time, and the Wildcats take the lead 3-2. And that one is trouble as it gets into the corner. And the Wildcats will have runners at the corners and nobody out. That one's too red. There's it. Oh, she spikes it in the dirt. It would have been a surefire Dragon special. But she got too excited and short-armed it to first. And the runner gets back and prevents the Dragon special. There remains 2 on and only 1 out. And that's up the middle. It's 4-2 Wildcats. Ruby Green Dexterez comes up with a bit of a blunder there. It wouldn't have prevented the run from scoring, but still 2 on and only 1 out. Full count here to Bash Sluggington, who's having a day. And Bash Sluggington deep into right. Back it goes and off the wall. The base pass clogged up for some reason. And all that does is load the bases instead of scoring at least 1, if not 2. But RBI man Bobby Jimbo comes up. One and 2 the count to Jimbo. Popped it up. Infield fly will be called. And that is out number 2. And here comes Henry Longshanks with the bases still loaded. 2 away now in the bottom of the 4th. Wildcats lead 4-2. And he skies this one into left center. Emily Prentice is there, and the catch will be made for out number 3. So the base is left loaded, but the Wildcats do take their first lead of the night, 4-2 as we go to the top of the 5th. The top of the order due up here. Third time through the order for Ilya Page. 5 hits through 4, earned run, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. Swing and a miss. 7 strikeouts now for Page. Activated here for Neuenmuller. And she rips one down the line. It's going to be fouled. Just missed the yellow line at the base of the wall down the right field line. This is a high fly ball deep into right. She may have done it here. Jimbo at the wall. It's off the top of the wall. That one, of course, he doesn't jump for. And it's a one-out double. I must have some sort of wall setting on my computer set. And page 9 is done. In comes Tiberius Arcerius. Emily Prentice at the plate. One swing baseball could tie it right back up here. Fouled off, 1-2. And K-Man on Sirius. But she slaps that one through the left side of the infield. And the Angels will have runners at the corners. And it's Carol Henry to the plate. She's hit a triple so far here tonight. And the count 2-0. Runner is going, hit and run was on, but it's fouled off. And that one finds his own 2-2, and K-Man comes on for Sirius. That one's it, through the right side of the infield, and a run will score 4-3. RBI single for Carol Henry, and up to the plate comes Bjorn Bjornsson. Sirius has allowed his first two batters to reach. And Bjornsson into right. This will tie the game. 4-4 now your score in the Angels with runners at the corners and only one out for Uno Dia. And Sirius is tense. First pitch called a strike to Dia. That one over her head, 1-1. That one fouled back, and now will activate K-Man. Coupled fouled off here by Dia, staying alive. And that's up the middle. The Angels will retake the lead. Uno Dia with an RBI single up the middle. It's 5-4. Still only one out here in the top of the fifth. And it's Otani Benani to the plate. A slow roller to Milan. Milan goes to second for one to first. The Dragon Special is turned. A huge Dragon Special to get him out of the inning. But it's 5-4 now going into the bottom of the fifth. Both teams racking up 10 hits here halfway through this one. What can Walter Milan do now with the lead? That one's to Neuenmuller. She makes the catch for out number 1. Brings up Elena Love now. Swings through that one, 1-2. Fouled off. Wildcats fouling off a lot of pitches tonight, really making the Angels pitching staff work for it. That's at least 4 fouled off of Milan there, and she connects with that one, and it goes through the right side of the infield. That'll be a base hit and the tying run aboard for the Wildcats now. And that'll bring up Someday. Doing pretty well. A double, a single, and an RBI for her so far. Milan about to throw his 40th pitch. It's a 3-1 count today. And that's ball 4. Dave will be aboard, putting the tying run in scoring position for Sandy Bash. And that will do it for Milan. In comes Alyssa Rainford. Try and get the Angels out of the fifth, and it's a slow roller to Grubb. Grubb to Dexteris. Dexteris to Neuenmuller for the Dragon Special, and we'll go to the top of the 6th. Dexteris will lead things off here. Tiberius comes out to start the top of the 6th. He's still tense. 4 hits through 2/3 of an inning and 2 earned runs to his name, but strikes out dexterous, 1 away. And here comes Wash Jotley. Hitless so far tonight, 2 strikeouts. And first pitch swing grounds that one right back up the middle for Sandy Bash. That brings the mojo back up for Sirius. And 2 quick outs here, top of the order, Tim Grubb. He falls behind 0-2. And strike 3 called. Sirius with a 1-2-3 inning. And we'll go bottom of the 6th. Jackson Moore the 4th, Joshua Durr and Bash Sluggington due up. Moore got the Wildcats on the board first with a solo shot. And he rips one into center field, but right at Emily Prentice, 1 away. Moonshot into right. And that will be caught by Bonani. 2 down, and here is Bash Sluggington. He is locked in, a home run. He tied the game with a solo shot. And he's got 2 singles as well, but pops this one up into left. And it will be Tim Grubb, and the 6th inning is 3 up, 3 down for both sides. Top of the 7th now as the Angels still lead here 5-4. It's 2, 3, and 4 due up in the lineup. Neuenmuller 1 for 2. I never read anything for Sirius, did I? Let's see. Tiberius R. Sirius. 5 1/3, 3 earned runs, 6 hits, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. 1 home run, giving up a 5 ERA and a 1.68 whip. As Neuenmuller draws the walk, Emily Prentice comes up. She's ahead 2-0. That one finds the zone on the changeup, I believe. And fouled off to make it an even count. K-Man activated for Sirius. And that's up the middle. Takes a weird hop off the mound. But it still turns into a 4-6-3 Dragons special. And I'll bring up Carol Henry with the bases empty. Sirius gets pulled. Fanny Minshew comes in now. Minshew, and let's see, 3 1/3 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 hits, a walk, 2 strikeouts, a 5.4 ERA, and a 1.5 whip as she strikes out Carol Henry. And we'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Jimbo, Longshanks, and Milan due up. As for Rhineford here, she's pitched an inning 2/3, 1 earned run, 4 hits, a walk, 2 strikeouts, a 5.39 ERA, and a 2.99 whip. But has done well keeping the Wildcats silent here in 1 2/3 of an inning. And gets the strikeout to start off the bottom of the 7th. That's right back to the mound where Rhineford grabs it nicely to Neuenmuller for out number 2, and here comes AC Milan. Rhineford locked in. Only has used 15 pitches to get through 2 1/3 and make that 16 through 2 2/3. And we'll go to the top of the 8th. Wildcats still trailing by a run here. Angels due up. Bjorn Bjornsson having a nice day. A lot of batters doing well. Bjornsson here, a double, a single, 2 RBIs for him today. But he falls behind 0-2 to Minshew. Pays off a couple, 2-2 the count. And pops this one up into center field. And under that one is Longshanks for out number 1. 2-1 the count to Uno Dia. And Dia skies this one a mile high, just a few feet in front of home plate. And someday will make the catch for out number 2. And up comes Otani Banani. One and two to Banani. Grounded to Bash. In time for round number 3. Mojo down there on Banani, and we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Still 5-4. 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Wildcats here. Elena Love 2 for 3, 2 singles. Leading things off. She rips one, but Grubb makes a nice snag, one away. Someday 2 for 2. Double single walk and RBI. And she floats one into right. And Banani is there to make the catch round number 2. 2 quick outs here. Sandy Bash, the top of the order. First pitch strike on the curveball. That one misses, 1-1. Fouled back, 1-2. Chopper down the third base line. Dia charging the throw. Not in time. And the tying run is aboard for the Wildcats. That one hit off the end of the bat by Sandy Bash, and she's aboard with an infield single. And it's Jackson Moore, the 4th, coming to the plate. One swing could give the Wildcats the lead going into the top of the 9th here. Runner is going, and it looks like they're going to pick her off. Don't count your chickens. We saw the Mythic misplay that last night, but they do tag her out. And now we go to the top of the 9th. Angels holding on 5-4 still here. 8, 9, 1 due up for the Angels, trying to get some insurance. First pitch swinging though, AC Milan in time, 1 away. And here's a tense Wash Jotley, 0 for 3 today. Law of averages not being his friend over the last couple of games. Two and 2 the count. He hits that one foul. And this one's a grounder to Milan. In time, 2 away. Mojo up for Minshew. And here comes Tim Grubb. And Grubb rips one into the gap. That's going to be his 2nd extra base hit of the day. As it bounces off the wall, and Grubb has his 2nd double. Brings Neuenmuller to the plate. She's also got a double today and 2 walks. And ahead in the count, 2-0. And the curveball misses, 3-0. And that's a 4-pitch walk. Puts 2 aboard for the Angels, and Emily Prentice to the plate. 2 on, 2 out here in the top of the 9th. A 1-run game favoring the Angels. And that is popped up into center field. And that will be caught by Longshanks for out number 3. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. 1 to tie, 2 the win for the Wildcats. And it's Moore, Durr, and Sluggington due up. Rhineford staying in the game. 3 2/3 of an inning in relief. But Moore hits one up the middle for a base hit to start off the bottom of the 9th. Tying run is aboard. Winning run coming to the plate in Joshua Durr. High pressure situation. First pitch called a strike. That's fouled back, a 1-2 count here. Swing and a miss, 1 away. And here is Bash Sluggington. He's been a dangerous man tonight for the Wildcats. 3 for 4, a home run and 2 singles. Rips that one foul, 0-2. Oh, dangerous take there, but it pays off, 1-2. Swing and a miss! Sluggington goes down and everything lays in the hands of Bobby Jimbo. 1 on, 2 outs here, bottom of the 9th. First pitch, strike to Jimbo. Jimbo's 1 for 4. He fouls that off, 0-2. That one misses, 1-2. Fouls that one off. In the dirt, 2-2. And it's a full count. Runner will go. Oh, foul. Swing and a miss! Reinford strikes out the side, and the Angels pull off the upset 5-4. What a game! The Angels pull off another upset. 5-4 here over the Wildcats. Reinford needs to be the MVP of this one. She was unbelievable in relief. Wildcats do out-hit the Angels, 13-11. Everyone getting a base hit for the Angels tonight except for Jotley. Multi-hit games for Henry, Bjornsson, and Grubb. 12 hits for the Wildcats. 3 hits tonight for Sluggington. And pairs for Moore, Bash, Love, and Day. 2 home runs for the Wildcats. Grubb with a sombrero. Win goes to Millen. He goes 1 1/3, giving up 1 earned, 5 hits, a walk. Save goes to Reinford. She goes 4 2/3, no earned, 2 hits, 4 strikeouts. Loss goes to Sirius. He goes 2 1/3, 2 earned, 4 hits. Minshew came in for relief, did pretty well. 2 1/3, no earned, 2 base runners, and a strikeout. And Reinford is your top biller here on the MVP, followed by Bash, Sluggington, and Someday. Well, heck of a game from game number 1. And that shakes up that Heroic Galaxy division quite a lot. Now it's a tie at the top between the Unicorns and the Wildcats, with the Angels, I believe, only a game back. So crazy things happening this week. We'll see if game 2 continues that trend. Skulls of Rock ball players coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Ssbl on Twitch. And here we are, game number 2, ball players and the Skulls of Rock here at Emerald Diamond. We'll have an Emerald Diamond doubleheader to end the night. Got Pacifica Northwest on the mound for the ball players, and Virgil Niblet on the mound for the Skulls of Rock. That's a leadoff walk to Cat. This Skulls team trying desperately to get the offense put together. Shook up the batting order last week as the Skulls are sitting towards the bottom of the league in offense. Worst in batting average and second worst in runs per game at only 1 1/4. But 2 runners aboard here in the top of the first has things going. Carlos Ramos to the plate. Ramos hitting .214 on the season. And that one, oh, Rick Dillastick with an excellent play there. Gets the Dragon special on a ball that otherwise could have been really dangerous. Probably saved 2 runs there. And it's 2 down, runner at third for Flip Hecker. 2-2 the count from Northwest. Popped up. Rick Dillastick makes his way back on the line and makes the catch for out number 3. The Skulls get their first 2 to reach, but come up empty, and will go bottom of the first, where Dillastick will lead things off. Virgil Niblet in his first game, as that one's hit into center field. Dillastick starts off with a single. He went 5 1/3 against the Bombers, gave up only 1 earned run, 7 hits, a walk, struck out 5 for a 1.69 ERA and a 1.5 whip. Has his work cut out for him again, even though not so far results-wise, as that's a base hit up the middle, so the ball players starting things off in a similar fashion, getting their first 2 runners to reach. Brings up Patty Potts with an opportunity here to get the ball players to strike first. And she strikes out swinging 1 away. Their 1 game against the Sparrows kind of skews their run total in their favor, but 7.75 runs per game, that's good for 8th in the league offensively. Here's the big bat of Bojack Oon, RBI man active with 2 on, but falls behind 1-2. And grounds that one to Welder. Welder to Kipshaw Jr. They won't turn the Dragon special, too much speed on Bojack Oon, but that'll put runners at the corners now for Papa Dog. And that's up the middle, just out of the reach of the second baseman, and a run will score, and it's 1-0 ball players. Whoops, I believe that's Welder at second. Just not quite long enough to make that stop. And the ball players strike first. One and 2 here to Toby Barker now. Full count. Runners will go here. And it's popped up into left. And Galileo Cat will make the catch for out number 3. And we'll head to the top of the second. 1-0. And Kevin Manikin to lead things off for the Skulls. Grounded right to Potts, and that'll be an easy play for her, one away. Jose Meja to the plate with one down. He takes a 3-1 count. Fouls that one off to make it full, which activates Tough Out. And he will draw a walk. So runner now aboard for Buddy Moon. Buddy Moon hitting just 154 on the season. 2 for 13, but one of those did go out of the park. He misses there and gets thrown out. The hit and run backfires completely, and that's a strikeout of Moon. And we're to the bottom of the second. Still 1-0, bottom of the order, due up for the ball players. Popped up just behind the mound, and it will be Welder making the catch there. And that one is torched into left, and that one is gone. It's 2-0 ball players. Iron Hands with the solo shot. And that one's into right, but not quite as deep. I'll be caught by Moon for round number 2. Ball players with their first opportunity this season to make up some ground towards the Stingers, as they were upset earlier this week by the Cyclones. So a chance to close the gap here in the Novas division. And we'll go to the top of the third now, 2-0. Despite largely different records, 5-1 for the Stingers and 2-3 for the ball players, the run differential is only 1 run benefit to the Stingers, plus 11, as to the ball players, plus 10. But the ball players did have that big win over the Sparrows, 16-1. Apart from that game, the ball players have scored 7 runs. And with the 2 here, make that 9 outside of that 1 game this season. Oh, and that's in the dirt, and that is an error from Theo Thunder. Seen a lot of errors in misplays from third base this season. Let's see if that comes back to haunt the ball players. As we reset the lineup, Galileo Cat leading things off in the number 1 hole. 2-1 the count. Rips that one right to Bo Jackoon, though, for out number 2. Hit hard, but right at the shortstop. And it's Alicia Kim to the plate now with 2 away. Fouled off remains 1-2 to Alicia Kim. Northwest is locked in here. A hit and 2 walks given up through 2 2/3 and a strikeout under her belt. Alicia Kim, though, giving her what for, trying to stay alive at this plate appearance. Count runs full. And that is ball 4, so another walk issued by Northwest here. 2 on for the Skulls, but 2 outs. Here comes Carlos Ramos. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. In the dirt. Whoa. That pitch had a lot of movement on it. And that will be a walk, and the bases all of a sudden are now loaded for Flip Hecker. As Northwest struggling with her command now. 2-0 to Hecker. 4 walks issued by Northwest, and that's up the middle for a base hit. It's hit hard, and runner retreats back to third. Good play there by, I believe it's Kim at third, as Juice Armstrong in center. Has a very solid arm, but the Skulls of Rock get one on the board, making it 2-1 now. And Kevin Mannequin comes to the plate. Meatball, but it's popped up by Mannequin, and this will end the inning. Nathan Tucker is there. Round number 3, and then the bases are left loaded. But the Skulls do find their way on the board 2-1 as we go bottom of the third. So that error does come around to score for Thunder. Pops this one up, but that will get out of play. 2-2. Hit hard, but a diving stop by Kipshaw Jr. The throw in time. Nice play by Kipshaw Jr. there at short. Now bring up Patty Potts again. Full count. Seeing a lot of fouls tonight. We're seeing a lot of, not patience, but spoiling pitches tonight here by some at-bats. And it pulls off in Potts' favor as she draws the walk. Which brings up Bojack Oon with a runner on and 1 out. And he puts one into right. That's going to get down in front of Moon. But Moon cuts it off nicely. But not before Potts can go first to third to put runners at the corners for Papa Dog. Ball players can get that run right back here. All Papa Dog needs to put this into play. That's that one off, though. 0-2 the count. And Niblet strikes him out there. 2 away. Big strikeout there for Niblet. Runners going, hit and run was on, but Toby Barker fouls it off. And again, 1-2 the count. In the dirt. Swing and a miss! Niblet gets out of the jam. It remains 2-1 and we'll go to the top of the fourth. Meha, Moon, and Kip Shaw Jr. due up. I believe I've ever read off what Northwest did in her first start. 4 1/3, 2 earned off of 3 hits, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts for a 4.16 ERA and a 1.38 whip. And another walk issued by Northwest. She is struggling mightily with the command. 5 walks issued tonight. Almost like we're back in the original patch of SMB 3 where walks were galore. And Patty Potts gets the nice play there and can't turn the Dragon special, but they do get the lead runner. But this one's to Thunder, and this one will be a Dragon special for sure. Around the horn they go. And we go to the bottom of the fourth. Tucker, Hands, and Armstrong due up. Soul roller up the middle. Kipshaw ranges over and throws it first in time. Iron Hands draws the walk. One and one now. The count to Juice Armstrong. Takes a strike there. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Nibble it with another strikeout. I say he's up to around 4 or 5. That's a 4-pitch ball given up to deal a stick. And the ball players will have 2 aboard here for Theo Thunder with 2 outs. Some okay speed on the base pass. It could score both of them. But Niblet now has forgotten how to throw strikes. That's back-to-back walks. And the bases are now loaded for the ball players, and it's Patty Potts to the plate.
Number 38.
1-1 to Potts. This is 2-1. 2-2 now, swing and a miss. Oh, and that one's going to get by Mannequin. But everyone stays put, but the bases are loaded, the count is loaded, and the outs are loaded. Swing and a miss! Niblet gets out of another jam. It remains 2-1, and we'll go to the top of the 5th. 9, 1-2 due up for the Skulls.
The second baseman, number 20.
A lot of runners left aboard here in this one. That one is ripped, and that one's into the gap. That's going to trickle into the warning track, and that's going to be a leadoff double. So the tying run in scoring position for the Skulls here. And that will do it for Pacifica Northwest. Adrian Walker will come in. And she gives up a hit into the gap as well. That's going to tie the game up. It's an RBI single, and it's 2-2. Walker has struggled now in her last outing, gave up a couple of home runs in that Stingers game that gave the Stingers a 3-0 win, and now has given up a hit that brings into a tie game here in the top of the 5th and a 3-0 count to Kim. Walker finds his own there and bounces back to a full count. K-Man active for Walker. Swing and a miss! From 3-0 to the strikeout. One down now, Carlos Ramos to the plate. And Ramos puts this one through the left side of the infield. And the Skulls 2 aboard now. Here comes Flip Hecker. Falls behind 0-2. Swing and a miss! And it's up to Mannequin now. 2 on, 2 out here. He's 0 for 2. Swing and a miss there. 1-2 the count, and came in once again for Walker. Swing and a miss. She strikes out 3, but does give up the hit that ties the game. We're tied up at 2 runs here, bottom of the 5th. 4, 5, and 6 do it for the ball players, the heart of their order. And that will do it for Niblet. In comes Sydney Weber. Sydney Weber, so far on the season, 5 1/3, only 1 earned run, 4 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, a 1.69 ERA, and 1.12 WHIP. Grounded to Shaw in time at first for out number 1.
The designated hitter, number 45.
And that one nicely scooped up by Ramos. Oh, but then thrown to Weber and she muffs it. So both sides with a pitcher that muffs a throw to first. And it knocks Weber right down to 10th, which is not what you need when facing this ball player's lineup. And that's up the middle. Oh, and it's going to backfire for the ball players. The hit and run right up the middle put Kip Shaw Jr. right on top of second. He picks up the ball, steps on second, throws to first for the Dragons special, and will go to the top of the 6th. Not too often you see a hit and run backfire that drastically. Tough out versus K-Man here. Meha versus Walker. Meha with 2 walks tonight, but strikes out swinging there. Walker has gotten 4 outs, and all of them are via the strikeout. And Moon puts this one up the middle. Cut off nicely by Armstrong to prevent extra bases. A 1-on-1 out now for Kip Shaw Jr. And Kip Shaw Jr. will get pulled in favor of his father. That's quite the early pull, especially defensively. We're still only in the top of the 6th in a tie ball game. And run was on, but fouled off. 2-2 now to Kip Shaw. But Shaw puts this one down into right, and he'll be aboard. And the Skulls once again have 2 aboard and only 1 out. Fran Welder comes to the plate, and he breaks the 2-2 tie. Takes a first pitch strike from Walker. Four hits, 4 strikeouts for Walker. And she's already up to almost 40 pitches in just an inning and a third. That is hit, and that one's into right, but only good enough for a single. The Skulls go station to station. The bases are loaded now for Galileo Cat. The pressure is all the way up. Walker not doing all that well, all things considered. Backs Cat off the plate, 1-1. Swing and a miss there. K-Man will be active on a 1-2 pitch with the bases loaded. That one's up the middle. Galileo Cat puts the Skulls of Rock on top 3-2. 6 hits off of Adrian Walker. And Alicia Kim with RBI inactive, places one inside the bag down the third base line, and that's going to get into left field. Toby Barker can't handle it. 1 run is scored, a second one's going to come in. It's 5-2 Skulls. And that will do it for Walker. 7 hits and 3 earned runs. And in comes Leonard Northwest, and that one's down the third base line and fair. That will clear the bases. It's 7-2. Holy cow. What is happening this week in the Ssbl? And that is a moonshot into center field. That is gone. 9-2. absolutely crushed into center field, 445 feet. And the Skulls of Rock have broken this one wide open. And another one down the third base line. And Barker can't handle this one. It's only a single, though. But holy cow. 7 runs here in the top of the 6th. This one's popped up into left. Barker will be under it. And that's made for out number 2. Buddy, we've hit around the lineup. Buddy Moon started this with that single. And that's a slow roller up the middle. And that will bring the top of the 6th to a close. But 7 runs for the Skulls. 9-2 as we go into the bottom of the 6th. Shaw is now at first. Ramos takes over short. And that is cracked. Nathan Tucker, see you later. 9-3. I have a feeling this game is a long way from over. So coming into this game, the Skulls of Rock all season have scored 8 runs and just scored 7 in the top of the 6th. This one into foul territory. It's going to stay in play, and Buddy Moon will make the catch for round number 1. Up comes Juice Armstrong. He's 0 for 2. That one's going to stay foul. Oh, that's a tough hop. It eats up Welder, and the runner will be safe. So an error here by the Skulls. They've had a couple. We've had what I would qualify as like 3 or 4 errors in this game, but I think the game only recognizes 1 by Thunder. Chance here, Weber tints again. And that one's through the left side of the infield. And now the ball players have 2 aboard with only 1 out. Can they get something going? And here's the aforementioned Theo Thunder. He's bounced back from his error. Neutral. Chance to atone for his sins, but lines it right to Shaw. Shaw makes the play for out number 2. But tried to turn the Dragon Special, but Thunder got back in time, so much easier play for Welder, and the error does not come back to bite them. Oh, the Skulls do have 2 errors recorded. Okay. 8-9-1 do it for the Skulls. They now lead 9-3 after the solo shot in the bottom of the 6th. And here is Kip Shaw to lead things off. This one into left. At the wall is Barker, and he makes the catch for out number 1.
The second baseman, number 20.
This one hit through the left side of the infield. Welder is aboard, brings us back to the top of the order. Galileo Cat. And Cat puts one into right field, and 2 aboard for the Skulls. And that brings up RBI man Elisha Kim. First pitch swing pops it up, though. Infield fly is called. That's a big second out for the ball players, trying to keep this 9-3.
Number 22.
Bring up Carlos Ramos to the plate. This one, oh, Rick de la Stick just able to scoop that one before it gets by him and take it to first for out number 3. That saves some runs. Remains 9-3 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Sydney Weber to start off the bottom of the 7th. One and two the count to Bojack-oon. Grounded to Welder, and that will be out number 1. Mojo up for Weber, though. She'll be back to neutral at very least. Three and one to Dog. Fouls that one back for a full count. Swing and a miss at a ball that was nowhere close, but it falls all the way to the backstop, and Dog will reach on the strikeout. And Barker is going to get pulled here in favor of Jerry Thunder. And that one, another one getting by Mannequin, and he'll be into second. So Mojo down on Mannequin, 2 straight passed balls. Skulls defensively are doing their best to try and give this one away. 3 and 1 to Jerry Thunder coming in for Barker. Full count. And that's a walk, so 2 aboard now for the ball players. Only 1 out. Nathan Tucker to the plate. He homered his last time up. That will do it for Weber. In comes Jesus Shuttlesworth. Swinging this there, 1 and 2 the count. This one's popped up foul territory it's going to trend into. And Buddy Moon will make the catch there for out number 2. Runners will stay put now. And that comes up Iron Hands. He's locked in after he homered off his first plate appearance. And he puts one into left again. This one is deep at the wall. It's gone! The second home run for Iron Hands makes it a 9-6 ball game. Don't touch that dial. It's 3-0 to Juice Armstrong. Couple of strikes there, full count. Grounded, Welder ranges over and makes a nice play to get out of the inning. But the ball players inch ever so closer, 6-9 as we go to the top of the 8th. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Skulls. Jerry Thunder takes over in left. Just a 3-run game now after the 3-run shot by Iron Hands. And so the misadventures of Kevin Mannequin behind the plate do come back to bite the Skulls. And by quite a significant factor, because that home run was hit with 2 outs. Otherwise, Hands wouldn't have come up to the plate that half inning, because the 3rd out would have been recorded with Tucker. 2 and 2 now to the aforementioned Mannequin. He's 1 for 4. And rightfully, Tinson strikes out swinging on a pitch well inside. And Northwest is done. In comes Hai Chu in relief. Foul activated for Jose. And he gets rung up there. Bottom 8th we go. It's the top of the ball players' order.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 23.
That's up. Nope. Direct.
2-1 the count to Dila Stick. He's hit 2 singles today. Full count. Swing and a miss. Shuttlesworth starts off the 8th with a strikeout. We go back to Theo Thunder, who is back to tenths.
Direct.
1-2 now the count. That one is foul.
Inside.
Popped up. Welder takes a few steps back and makes the catch for round number 2. Now bring up Patty Potts.
Number 38.
Fouled off 1-1 to Potts. 0 for 3 with the walk today for Potts. And she grounds this one to Ramos. And Ramos gets it to first, round number 3, and will go to the top of the 9th. Skull still leading 9-6 here, and it's the bottom of the order due up. Buddy Moon, 1 for 4 here. That's right to Dila Stick for out number 1.
The first baseman, number 32.
Direct.
Kip Shaw for the 3rd time.
Direct.
Came in as a pinch hitter for his son. Got on board and later scored. Full count. Foul back. We'll do it again. And that is ball 4. Kip Shaw will take a walk.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 20.
Ball outside. Steve.
1-2 the count.
Follow.
Oh, and that's a beanball. Not the way you want to trend for the ball players. As the Skulls now have 2 aboard and only 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Haichu is tenths. Galileo Cat has been a busy man. 3 singles, a walk, 2 RBIs, but he pops this one up. Infield fly is called as Potts is under it. That's out number 2. And in comes Alicia Kim. 3rd time around, I believe, with RBI man active. Paid off once and didn't pay off once. And that time it's through the right side of the infield, left side of the infield. But the Skulls can only go station to station, and the bases are loaded once again for Carlos Ramos. He takes a first pitch strike. That one misses. 1-1. Slider in there for a strike. 1-2. Misses high. 2-2. Full count, full bases, 2 outs in the top of the 9th. The pitch popped up. That was ball 4, I believe, but it'll be caught by Rick Dillastick for out number 3, and we'll go to the bottom of the 9th. Skulls holding on to a 3-run lead. It's 4, 5, and 6 due up for the for the ball players.
Number 34.
Up inside.
2-2 the count to Bo Jagoon. Just misses there, full count. And that is ball 4, so a leadoff rock for the ball players. I'll bring up Papa Dog.
Number 45.
Inside.
Shuttlesworth is starting to run out of juice. It's a 2-1 count to Dog. Oh, that almost hit him 3-1. Oh, and he swings at that one. It's popped up, and Carlos Ramos says thank you very, very much for out number 1. And Shuttlesworth will get pulled in favor of Aaron Santea to try and finish this one off. Jerry Thunder to the plate. It's a 1-2 count. Fouls it off. And that's up the middle. Base hit, and the ball players will bring the tying run to the plate. And it's Nathan Tucker, 1 for 4 with a home run. Takes a first pitch strike. Nope. 2-1 to Tucker. Fouled back 2-2. Fouls off another. Swing and a miss! Santea gets the strikeout 2 away, and it's none other than Iron Hands who comes to the plate. Already 2 home runs under his belt, a solo shot, and a 3-run shot. Another 3-run shot here ties us up at 9, but he pops this one into left at the Wallace Cat, and he makes the catch for out number 3, and the Skulls of Rock take this one for the ball players 9-6. 9 runs off of 16 hits and survived 2 errors. Ball players only with 9 hits, but do score 6 runs. I think we'll see Iron Hands on the MVP board. He goes 2 for 4 with 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. The only other multi-hit game was Dilla Stick at 2 for 4. Let's look at the Skulls. Busy, busy, busy. 3 for 5 is Cat and Kim. 2 for 5, Ramos and Hecker. And 3 for 4 was Welder. Niblett goes 4, gives up 2. Weber goes 2 1/3, gives up 3, but gets the win. Shuttlesworth goes 2, gives up 1, and Santea gets the final 2 outs and gets the save. Loss goes to Walker, who in our last 2 outings has been atrocious. 1 1/3, 5 hits, 5 runs, 7 hits, and 4 strikeouts. Northwest gave up 2 through 2 1/3, and Haichu goes an inning and a third, gives up a couple of base runners and a strikeout. Iron Hands, your top bill, with Alicia Kim and Flip Hecker following. Well, game number 3, I am now completely and totally terrified for. Sparrows and the Bombers come up right after this. You're watching the Ssbl on Twitch. And here we go, last game of the night, Bombers and the Sparrows. Sparrows looking still for their first ever divisional win in team history. As they got swept by the rest of the Phenoms last season, it's Dice K versus windswept Enriquez. Let's see. 3-1 to August Hendricks. Fouls that off for a full count. Swing and a miss. Dice K starts things off with a strikeout. Dice K in his first outing went 7 2/3, 1 earned run, 10 strikeouts, 4 hits and a walk, a 1.17 ERA, and a .65 WHIP. Grounded to Pujols. In time, 2 away. Now bring up Cameron Kahn. And that's up the middle. Kahn will be aboard with the 2-out single. And just to let you know, there is a slight lineup change for the Bombers. In right field is Mickey Dadel Crusher, as we reviewed, and actually Ken Iffy Jr. needed to serve time from the injury back against the Mythic, but that wasn't realized by the time the Bombers High Rollers game was recorded and submitted to ESTV, so he's serving that injury here against the Sparrows. And this one is put into right. The Sparrows looking for a 2-out rally here with back-to-back base hits. Adelina Strickland coming to the plate. Dice K flirting with 20 pitches now in the first inning. One and one the count to Strickland. Swing and miss, 1-2. Slow roller, Britton eats it up, throws it to first in time for out number 3. And the side is retired. We'll go bottom of the first. Britton, Nick Hugh Jr., and Mickey Dadel Crusher will be due up. A-Dud on Enriquez, but strikes out Britton there, 1 away. Enriquez went 7 1/3 her last outing. Only 1 earned run, 7 hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, a 1.23 ERA, and a 1.22 WHIP. A-Dud once again here. Swing and a miss. Iffy Jr., or sorry, Hugh Jr. goes down. Enriquez not caring about K-Dud here early, and that's grounded right to Kahn. That's a 1-2-3 inning for the Sparrows, and we'll go top of the second. Seltzer, Larsonian, and Vegas due up. Two and 1 to Spritz Seltzer, as Dice K is having real struggle with his command. A lot of balls so far in this one. And that will be a leadoff walk. Brings up Lynn Larsonian to the plate. Struggling a bit on the season, but crushes this one into right center. Back it goes, and that one is gone. Lynn Larsonian struggles be damned. And he puts the Sparrows on top 2-0. That's laced down the third base line, but foul. And Dice K bounces back with a stride out of Vegas. And that'll bring up Lee Quid. That one stays in front of home plate, and that'll be out number 2.
And that is past Graham Britton. That's going to get into center field.
Now back, the designated hitter, number 24.
Ball high.
2-1 the count to California. This one, a tough dive by Irons. He can't handle it. And everyone is safe, and it's 2 on, 2 out for the Sparrows here.
The third baseman, number 10.
Bombers not doing themselves any favor. Dice Chaos Tints, a much easier play here for Irons. And that will retire the side. Larsonian gets the Sparrows on the board. 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the second. 4-5-6 to it for the Bombers.
The designated hitter, number 38.
That's inside. Foul ball. Nope. Outside.
2-2 to Murph Kelly.
That's foul.
Fouls that one off. This one, a slow roller up the middle. Hendricks is there in time at first for round number 1.
The first baseman, number 20.
That's low. That's outside.
Down the first base line, Jerry Magana with a diving stop. Tim time to Enriquez, 2 away. And that brings up Albert Pujols.
55.
Inside. Nope. Inside. Off the plate.
3-0 to Pujols. That one finds zone.
Take your base.
That is ball 4, and the Bombers will have their first base runner of the game.
The shortstop,
I'll bring up Ferris Irons.
Inside.
Strike. 1-1 to Irons. Fouled back, 1-2. K-Dud on Enriquez. Swing and a miss, and that's thrown down to first in time for out number 3. And we'll go to the top of the third. Still 2-0 Sparrows. 4-5-6 do it for them here.
the first baseman, number 12.
That's down.
2-1 to Jerry Magana. Swings through that one. 2-2. This one, a floater. Lexi Luther makes the snag. 1 away.
Right fielder, number 35.
Fouled back 0-2 to Adelina Strickland.
Ball outside.
Slow roller to Pujols. He's up with it. Throw is in time for round number 2. That brings up Spritz Seltzer.
Number 2.
Grounder to first. Lexi Luther with a diving stop. Thrown to K in time for round number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Dice K. Will go bottom of the third. 8-9-1 due up for the Bombers here.
Number 78.
Dam Armstrong Hula to lead things off for the Bombers. And she falls behind 0-2.
That's low.
2-2 now. And strike 3 called. Mojo up on Enriquez. She's going to be locked in. That brings up Danny Diamonds. Fouls that one back 1-1. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Enriquez.
The second baseman, number 6.
She's up to 5 Ks here through 2 2/3.
Nope, that's low.
2-1 the count to Gray and Britton. Fouls that one off. 2-2. Popped up into left center field, and Larsonian will be there for out number 3. Top of the 4th we go. 2-0 still your score. He'll lead things off, followed by Vegas and Lee Quid.
The center fielder, number 27.
Low. Ball low.
2-1 to Larsonian. Difference maker in this game so far. That 2-run shot, but he gets struck out there, 1 away.
The shortstop, number 9.
0-2 to Vegas. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 4 for K. Starting to bounce back a bit after the inauspicious start.
That's down.
1-1 now to Lee Quid. And that's grounded to Britton. And that's in time for out number 3. And we'll go bottom of the 4th. Hugh Jr., Detail Crusher, and Murph Kelly do up.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 3.
Inside.
And that one is into right center field, and that will break up the no-hitter. And that one gets under the glove of Larsonian, and that is going to be a leadoff triple for Nick Hugh Jr.
Now batting, the right fielder,
Runner 90 feet away now for Mickey Didel Crusher. And he puts one into center field. The Bombers are on the board 2-1 now. And that'll bring up Murph Kelly. Enriquez no longer locked in. She's down to neutral. Runner is going. Throw is not in time. And Crusher has himself a stolen base.
Off the base.
1-2 now to Murph Kelly. As he fouls that one back. And another.
That's down.
That's grounded to Hendricks. He'll go to first. Might have gotten Crusher if he throwed it to third, but chalk that up to defensive indifference. And the tying run now 90 feet away here for Lexi Luther. Swing and a miss, 0-2 the count. Slow roller to Khan, and she'll allow the run to score, throwing out Luther and making a tie game at 2 apiece. I'll bring up Albart Pujols now with 2 away. Fouls that one off.
That's low. Ball inside.
Inside 3-1. That's fouled off, full count. Swing and a miss at ball 4. Strikeout number 6 for Enriquez, yeah. And we'll go to the top of the 5th, tied up at 2.
Second baseman, number 26.
Top of the order for the Sparrows here. And that's under the glove of Dice K, and the leadoff runner is aboard here for the Sparrows to start off the top of the 5th.
Now batting, the designated hitter,
California comes to the plate. 6 hits so far tonight off of Dice K, and a walk, 2 earned, 4. Grounded to Britton. Britton goes second for 1 to first. A Dragon special.
the third baseman, number 10.
Nice turn by the defense, puts 2 away, and right to Britton for out number 3. And just like that, we go to the bottom of the 5th. 7, 8, and 9 all due up, all 0 for 1 with a strikeout so far.
The shortstop, number
Darts off a strike to Ferris Irons, and that one's in there. 0-2 the count. Haydud has not made much of a difference for Enriquez, as she has striked out 6 here tonight. Struck out, not striked out. That's chopped foul. 2-2 still to Irons. That's a slow roller up the middle. Hendricks fields it to Magana in time for round number 1. Now bring up Armstrong Hula. And Hula one-hops it to Hendricks in time for round number 2. And Danny Diamonds will come to the plate now. Oh, and 2 to Diamonds. And Diamonds gets rung up there, called third strike. And will go to the top of the 6th, still tied up at 2 apiece. 4, 5, and 6 do it for the Sparrows. Jerry Magana to lead things off. 1-1 the count. Dice K has actually managed to get to locked in now. Swing and a miss. I believe the scoreboard has him at 8 strikeouts, if I read that correctly. Or that might... No, doesn't matter. 1-2 the count to Strickland. And that's another strikeout, no matter how many he has. Down to first in time for round number 2. And I'll bring up Spritz Seltzer. It was 5, so it's now 6. 1-2 the count to Seltzer. Fouls that one off. Just misses 2-2. That misses inside, full count. And that will be a walk, so patient zone by Seltzer. Draws the walk and brings up the man of the hour so far for the Sparrows, Lynn Larsonian. Had the 2-run shot, but grounds it right to Luther. She steps on the bag for out number 3. And will send us to the home half of the 6th. And it's the top of the Bombers' order due up. And Enriquez is back to locked in. Just surrendering 2 hits and a walk in this one. The Bombers making the most of what little offense they've put forward here tonight. Britton 0 for 2 so far. Inside full count. And that will be a walk. Leadoff runner aboard for the Bombers brings up Nick Hugh Jr., who tripled his last time up. He later scored. First pitch swing, he pops it up into left center field, and it's Seltzer there for out number 1. Both pitchers at roughly the same pitch count in the mid-80s. First pitch to Crusher is a ball. That one swung on and going to get down inside the line. That's going to roll into the corner. And from first to third goes Britton. And the Bombers, the go-ahead run 90 feet away now for Murph Kelly. Pressure is all the way up to neutral goes Enriquez. Popped up into center field. Let's see if that's deep enough to send Britton. Larsonian makes the catch, and Britton's going in. It's a horrible throw. It's offline, and the run will score easily, and the Bombers take a 3-2 lead. A bad throw from Larsonian in center allows the run to tag up and score, and the Bombers to take their first lead of the game. And in comes Jericho McKinley in relief of Enriquez. Let's see what McKinney has done. 4 1/3, 3 earned runs, 5 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, a 6.24 ERA, and a 1.84 WHIP as he walks Luther, popped up into center field. Larsonian will be under it for out number 3, and will go to the top of the 7th now. Bombers ahead 3-2. 8, 9, and 1 due up here. Spud Viegas to lead things off. He's 0 for 2 in tenths. 0-2 the count. Misses inside. Grounded to first. Luther is there. Steps on the bag for round number 1. And that will do it for Dice K. In comes Narcisio Dixon. Dixon with an up and down season so far. Gave up all those runs to the Angels back in week 3, but then shut down the High Rollers in 3 innings to win the game last week. He gets a ground out for out number 2 and now faces off against the top of the order, August Hendricks, who's had a nice day. 2 for 3, 2 singles. Fouls that one off for a 1-1 count. Lays off that pitch, 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Full count now. And that one's going to be through the left side of the infield. 3 hits for the leadoff man, Hendricks, tonight for the Sparrows. Puts a runner aboard now for California. Tie and run on base. California fouls off the first pitch into the third base stands.
Nope, outside.
3-1 to Fornia. Dixon can't find the zone and will lose her there, so it's a 5-pitch walk. The Sparrows with 2 on now. Cameron Kahn to the plate. Some okay speed on the runners. That's 4 straight balls from Dixon. Finally finds the zone there for a 1-1 count. Swing and a miss there, 1-2. That is hit well but foul. Another one fouled off. And that one is going to be trouble. That's going to get down into center. A diving stop by Diamonds is going to prevent that from being extra bases, but it will score the runner, and it's tied up at 3 apiece. A fantastic effort by Diamonds. Allows only 1 run to score, and it's 3-3 now in the top of the 7th. Runners at the corners, 2 outs for Jiri Magana. And he's got a 1-2 count. He's 1 for 3 today. And Magana into right. Back it goes, and that is gone. And it's 6-3 Sparrows. It's bad Narcisio Dixon for the Bombers. 425 feet. And the Sparrows retake the lead. This one into left, but Nick Hugh Jr. closing on that one for out number 3. But a 4-run top of the 7th puts the Sparrows back on top, 6-3. 7, 8, and 9 to up for the Bombers. Number 2. 0-2 to Ferris Irons.
That's inside. Ball outside.
2-2.
Ball high.
Draws the full count. Rounds it to first. Magana in time for out number 1. Armstrong Hula 0 for 2 on the day.
Nope, inside.
Fouls that one back. 2-2 the count. It's that one into left. That's going to get down for a base hit. Danny Diamonds 0 for 2 with a 1-1 count. Swings on this one. Magana to Vegas. Back to first. Can't turn two. And we go to the top of the order. Graham Britton 0 for 2 today with a walk.
That's outside.
So you miss 2 and 1 to Graham Britton. Checks on Diamonds. He's back in time. That misses 3 and 1 the count. Britton puts this one in the stands. It's a full count now. Runner will go. And that one's going to be a base hit through the right side of the infield. He's going for third. Strickland the throw in time! Adelina Strickland sends us to the top of the 8th. Danny Diamonds got greedy and it remains 6-3.
Inside.
Sprit Seltzer strikes out to start the top of the 8th.
Number 27.
Ball high.
And Larsonian is going to get his second of the day. 7-3 Sparrows.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 9. Now pitching, number 44.
Ball inside.
And that's a Bomber special.
Now batting, the catcher, number 59.
Sparrows 10 runs all season, 7 tonight against the Bombers.
Now batting, the second baseman,
And 3 home runs tonight,
That's off the plate.
where they had hit 3 all season. And we go bottom of the 8th, 7-3 the score. Hugh, Crusher, and Kelly do up.
the left fielder, number 3.
Ball high. Off the plate.
That's laced down the third base line and going to get into the corner. Hugh Jr. will have himself a leadoff double.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 26.
Nope, inside. Nope, that's high. Ball high.
3-0 to Didel Crusher. And Crusher, that one's knocked down by Vegas, but he'll be safe with an infield single. Brings up Murph Kelly. Runners are at the corners. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th for the Bombers. And that one is caught by Vegas for out number 1. Great play by Vegas, saving 2 runs.
Off the plate. Ball.
Luther, 0 for 2.
Ball high.
3-0 the count.
Nope. Ball.
And that is ball 4. The bases are loaded. And we're in one swing territory for Al Bart Pujols. That will do it for McKinney. In comes Madison Bowl Ball.
Off the plate. That's down.
2-0 to Pujols, who's 0 for 2. 3-0, nowhere to put Pujols. Pops this on up in foul territory. Will it get out of play? It just will. This one's into right, back it goes, and it's over the head of Strickland. Runners got jammed up on the base paths, and only one run will score, 7-4. Now the score with Ferris Irons to the plate. Ferris Iron has a grand slam on the season. He hit it against the Mythic. Fouls this one off for a 2-1 count. Inside 3-1. Crushes that one into right. Station to station once again go the Bombers at 7-5. Armstrong Hula to the plate. Bull ball is tense. Pressure's all the way up here. Almost hits Hula. 2-0. Oh, Cameron Kahn with a nice diving stop. And that's going to be a huge Dragon special. The Sparrows defense coming up clutch tonight. Saved at least 4 runs in that half inning alone. And it remains a 2-run lead for the Sparrows going into the top of the 9th. Mahomie strikes out to start off the top of the 9th. Full count to Cameron Kahn, and Kahn will draw a walk. And here is Jerry Magana. He is more or less the difference maker now. He hit the 3-run home run. A nice behind the back throw by Britton. Can't turn 2, but does get the lead runner. He hit the 3-run shot that gave the Sparrows the 6-3 lead, which Larsonian then added on top of with a solo shot into left. To get us where we are now at 7-5 here in the top of the 9th. 2 outs with the runner aboard. Strickland 0 for 4 in tenths. She's behind 1 in 2. And this is going to Bomber special into center. Sparrows just hitting it where the Bombers are not. Two on, 2 out now. Sprit Seltzer 0 for 2. One and 2 the count. Grounded to Pujols. The throw in time for out number 3. And we'll go to the bottom of the 9th. Bombers need at least 2, and it's 9-1 and 2 due up for them here. Diamond's an 0 for 3 and tenths, but he stays in the game. We've seen him get pulled for less, laced into center field, but right to Larsonian for out number 1. One and 1 the count to Graham Britton. 1 and 2. Swing and a miss. Last hope for the Bombers is Nick Hugh Jr., a triple and a double for him tonight. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it off. Grounded to third, Cameron Kahn in time, and the Sparrows complete the trifecta of upsets here on day 3, 7-5 over the Bombers. 12 hits tonight for the Sparrows. 3 home runs, 2 from Lynn Larsonian, 1 from Jerry Magana. 3 hits from Hendricks, 2 for Kahn, Magana, Larsonian. Bombers with 9 hits. 3, 4, 5, 6 of them from the top third of the lineup. Win goes to McKinney. He gives up 2 through 1 1/3. Enriquez strikes out 7 through 5 2/3. Save goes to Bull Ball. Loss goes to Dixon. 5 earned through an inning. And you've probably seen the last of him in his major league career. Larsonian Magana, then Dito Crusha wraps up the MVPs. Thank you all for tuning in for day number 3. Hope you have a good rest of your night, everyone. I'll see you all.